Hey guys, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a discussion video, and today I want to talk about why I hate Spyderco sprints. All right, I've got a couple of them here, and yeah, I know I'm being a total hypocrite here, and that's fine. That's part of the fun of being a YouTuber, but let me share with you just a little bit about why I hate Spyderco Sprint Runs. First of all, they always come out at the worst possible time, right? When I just had a good windfall of cash, when it's tax season or something like that, they never come out then. They always come out when I've just had, kids at the dentist and the car broke down and, I've just laid out thousands of dollars for all kinds of other things, and then bam, a Spyderco Sprint Run drops. And you're like, come on, guys. Like 3 months ago when I had tons of money, why didn't you bring it out then? All right, so that's the first thing. How often am I supposed to skip groceries and max out my credit card, Spyderco? It just isn't feasible. So that's number one. They have the worst possible timing for coming out. Secondly, I can't finish a collection. A few years ago, I tried. I had this mission, back around 2015, maybe, or even a little earlier, maybe 2014. Can't remember exactly when it was, but it was, a few years ago. I had this idea that I was going to get all of the Para 2 sprint runs. And I tried and tried. I ended up with about 6 of them before finally realizing this is just not worth my time and energy, and I gave up. But of course, had I completed it back then, I would have still had to buy a number of new a number of new Para 2s in order to keep up, because they just keep bringing them out. And so if you're one of these collector types who wants every single one, that's going to be a constant uphill battle for you. The third thing I hate about Spyderco Sprint Runs is everyone else in the knife community except me is a huge jerk. They always get what I want and then just flip it for a lot of money, or they all line up for the same stupid knife so that no one can get it. And of course, this doesn't even bring up the fact that a number of these people who go and buy sprint runs just flip them right away afterwards. So no one else is a pure collector like me. Everyone's just trying to make a buck off my desire to buy rare Spydercos. Okay, so that's frustrating for sure. I mean, it could be that they just did what I did, bought the thing when they needed groceries and maxed out their credit card, and now they're like, crap, I'm stuck. But I prefer to impugn other people's motives. Number 4, I have to sit online for hours and try to get the knife I want. And even then, I never get one because websites crash and because availability is, because just it never seems to work out. Or worst case scenario, I'm sitting online trying to buy a sprint run that's about to drop, and then, I get distracted. I have to go to work. All these other things get in the way and keep me from getting the knife I want. Finally, once I do buy the stupid thing, I still can't use it because I'm stressed out about losing value. So you finally get your hands on, that M390 Para 2 or that 20 CV Shaman or whatever, Crewwear Shaman. I had that sprint a while back. And you go, man, this is a nice knife, and I'd love to use it, but I really don't want to lose a lot of money on it. So guess what? I'm kind of stuck. All right. So listen, those were just a little bit humorous, guys, but seriously, it's not all bad when it comes to Spyderco sprints. It really isn't. So first of all, if there's a knife you really like, if it's, a Para 2 is your favorite knife, or a Para 3, or maybe a Sage of some kind, the Manix, all knives, by the way, from Spyderco that I really like a lot. In this case, the Spidey Chef was a knife I absolutely loved, and I've been wanting to get another one. So the fact that sort of those two things coincided with a sprint run being available was pretty welcome. Another knife, the Amalgam here, this would be a knife I'd happily buy a sprint run in if I could get my hands on it. All right. So there is a cool aspect to, a cool factor to, getting a knife that you already love, right? Maybe it's, this could be your favorite knife, and now you can get it in a high-end material, in a limited run, in a different steel. That's kind of cool. All right. I kind of enjoy the idea that various stuff is being made. Now, the big thing is, I know you're excited, but that's the problem. You gotta just back off of the hype. You kind of got to think, I'd like to have that, but I realize that the world's not going to end and I'm not going to die if I don't get it. All right. There is a lot of frustration with Spyderco. You always see on forums, why don't they make more? Why don't they, do this variant or that variant? Why don't they do a second run? Blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of things where people, or a lot of discussions where people are kind of aiming their frustration at Spyderco. And, I just think Spyderco is a company that exists in America, which I thought was a free country. They can pretty much do whatever they want. All right. And I'm sure that they're closely considering how many they think they can sell and how popular this particular knife is already. And, they're gauging to see whether or not it's worth their time and energy. And if it is, then they make as many as I'm sure they think they can sell and maintain a certain level of hype. The sad thing is there are some sprint runs that have come out repeatedly. This is one right now, the S35VN. There's been a number of runs of S35VNs pair twos, and the thing, if you're a collector, if you're buying them for value, it just doesn't matter at this point. This is just a regular pair of two because no one cares about it. All right. The third thing is, look, I do enjoy having something in my collection that's rare and a little bit different and that not everybody has. For myself, my Crooked River with the modifications from Rogue Blade Works is something I really, really enjoy because I know I'm not likely to see another Crooked River quite like this. And that's cool. And Spyderco gives a limited number of people, whoever's lucky or fast or whatever, all right, an opportunity to get that knife. And even if I don't own one, it's kind of cool to know that they're out there. And I can appreciate, there's a couple guys on Instagram that I follow that will post, and they do have every single pair of two. They have every single Endura. They have every single Delica, whatever the case may be. And it is pretty cool to see those people. Now, I'm not willing to put in the time, effort, or money that they've put in, but I can appreciate it as a hobbyist, as an enthusiast. I guess this is not a sprint run, so it shouldn't be left on there. In this case, let me say I did end up with this particular sprint run, and I'm pretty happy with it. Got it from Southern Edge Knife Works. Go over there. I think they did still have some left last time I checked. So, and they may even have, I think I may have seen a Rex 45 Spyderco over there as well. So you can go over to Southern Edge Knife Works, use my discount code Sharp Stuff. That'll save you 15% off, and that's worth. That's worth it because this is not a super cheap knife. What we have here is the Spidey Chef in real carbon fiber. Take a look at that. It's not the laminated stuff like on the amalgam. Okay, kind of look at those side by side. You can see this looks much nicer. All right, S90V steel up front on this very long, gorgeous satin finish on that blade. Look at that thing. That is fantastic. So yeah, this is a sprint one I really like, and I'm kind of glad I'm able to get it. And if I didn't get it, it wouldn't be the end of the world. And that's the thing that you really, all I can say about this, the sprint run discussion is everyone needs to chill out a little bit. If you don't get the knife in the magic steel you want, guess what? It's not that big a deal. All right. If the knife costs too much, I just don't buy it, right? I'm not going to complain about the price that it's being asked for on the secondary market because I don't care. If some idiot wants to sell their Spyderco in whatever steel to a bigger idiot who's willing to pay for it, go nuts, right? That's totally up to the seller and the buyer. All right. Again, I don't need it, so I don't really care. And so when it comes to Spyderco Sprint Runs, if you want one, get one. If you don't want to put in the work, then don't worry about it. If it's what I will say about it in the big grand scheme of things is it's not worth stressing out about. There are enough important things in life that truly are stressful, that do need some attention, that do need some concern. Stress about those things. Spend your time and energy worried about things that matter. What Spyderco does or what you buy from them is largely irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope I'm not too pessimistic there at the end. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm trying to just say there's a good and a bad attitude that you can have about this. One is healthy and fun, and one is negative and going to make you miserable. I opt for the one that's healthy and fun. There you go. Thanks a lot. Don't forget to check that Southern Edge Knife Works link. That's a win-win for all of us because I get stuff from them and you get a good discount. So it's a good win all around. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll talk to you soon.